Now let's discuss the another cell organelle, that is the mitochondria. As a battery to a torch, petrol to a car, and a coffee to some people act as a source of energy, similarly, mitochondria is a powerhouse of a cell. It provides the energy for the cells. So energy needs for the cell is produced by the mitochondria, and which is very important to keep the cell alive. Mitochondria have two membrane covering, outer membrane and the inner membrane. The outer membrane is porous while the inner membrane is deeply folded. These folds increase surface area for ATP generating chemical reactions. The energy required for the cell to do the various chemical activities and is needed for the life, which is released by the mitochondria in the form of the ATP, which stands for the adenosine triphosphate. ATP is also known as the energy currency of the cell. As we spend money to buy the things, cell spends ATP molecules, and hence it is known as the energy currency. The body uses energy stored in the ATP for making new chemical compounds and for the chemical work. As mitochondria, it looks so humble, but there is a sense that they can have their own DNA and ribosomes. Because of the presence of own DNA, they can replicate and multiply the mitochondria, and the ribosomes helps in the formation of the protein. Hence, therefore, mitochondria helps in multiply and replicate, and the proteins is able to make their own protein. This is what about the mitochondria, which is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Now, let us see the next cell organelle, that is the plastid. Now, we see in our surrounding variety of fruits and vegetables which got different types of colors, and these colors are due to the plastids. These plastids are only present in the plant cell. There are two types of plastids, chromoplast and the leucoplast. Where chromoplast, these are the colored plastids, and leucoplast, it is a colorless plastid. Chromoplast, which is a colored plastid, it contains some of the pigments which is known as a chlorophyll are known as chloroplast. These chloroplasts are very important for the photosynthesis in the plants because they absorb the sunlight and makes their own food. Chloroplast also contain various yellow or orange pigments in addition to the chlorophyll. Leucoplasts are primarily organelles in which materials such as starch, oils, and protein granules are stored. The internal organization of the chloroplast consists of numerous membrane layers which are embedded in a material that is known as the stroma. These are similar to the mitochondria in external structure. And as we have seen, like mitochondria, they have their own DNA and ribosomes. Plastids do have their own DNA and ribosomes. As because of the presence of their own DNA, they can replicate and multiply themselves, and because of the presence of ribosomes, they can produce their own protein. Now, let's see the another type of cell organelle, that is known as the vacuole. Look at these diagrams. Here the animal cell and the plant cells. If you will observe the images of the vacuoles in this first, that is the animal cell, the vacuole is of so small size, whereas if you will see the vacuole in The plant cell, the size of the vacuole is too big. To consider this, just keep a one bottle in front of you. It looks empty, right? But does it really empty? That we'll see. And that empty bottle we can compare with the vacuole. Vacuole, this is acting as a storage sac. It is a single membrane bound. Now what this vacuole is storing? So this vacuole sacs are for the storage of solid or liquid content. The size of this vacuole, it varies. In animal cells, the size is very small, whereas in the plant cell, the size of the vacuole is very large. The central vacuole of some of the plant cells, they may occupy the area of 50% to 90% of the cell volume. In plant cells, vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide the turgidity and rigidity to the cell. Many substances are important in the life of the plant and that are stored in the vacuoles. And what this cell sap is containing of? So it contains the amino acid, sugars, various organic acids and the proteins. Most of the single-celled organisms like the amoeba, the food vacuole contains the food item that the amoeba has consumed. In some unicellular organisms, specialized vacuoles also play an important role in expelling the excess of water and some of the waste out from the cell. As well as you see a vacuole which is present in the animal cell, which is of a very small size and that stores the glucose, glycogen and the protein. So vacuole is just acting as a storage sac, and whenever it is required, that is then supplied to the rest of the parts into the cell. So what we have seen, many cell organelles we have seen, right? We have seen each cell acquires its structure and the ability to function because of this organization of its membranes and the organelles in the specific way. The cell thus acting as a basic structural organization, and this helps the cells to perform functions like the respiration, obtaining the nutrition, clearing the waste material and forming the new proteins. Thus, the cell is the fundamental structural unit of the living organism and it is also the basic functional unit of the life. Now, as we know that in our body, in the day-to-day life, the new cells are formed in the organisms in order to grow or to replace the old or the dead cells or the injured cells, and to form the gametes required for the reproduction. The process by which these cells are made is called as the cell division. So let us study about this cell division. So we can say a cell division is a process by which new cells are formed. There are two types of cell division. One is mitosis and another is meiosis. So let us start first with the mitosis. Mitosis, it occurs in the body cell. Like you can consider the muscle cells or any specific cells inside the body. Then it is used as a mode of asexual reproduction. For example, budding. So, the process of cell division by which most of the cells divide for growth is called as the mitosis. If you will observe in this process, look at the diagram, each cell called the mother cell divides to form the two identical daughter cells. Here this is the mother cell and it forms or it gets divided to form these two daughter cells. These daughter cells, if you will observe, have the same number of chromosomes as that of the mother cells. The mother cell is having the two numbers of chromosome. Each daughter cell is also having two number of chromosomes. So the number of chromosomes, it remains the same. And as it occurs in the body cell, it occurs without the individuality, whether it is a male or whether it is a female. Therefore, it gives rise to body cells which are exact copies of the body cells. If you will observe here, the mother cell and these two daughter cells are exact copies of these mother cells. No different chromosomal arrangement is there. The chromosomes are present as like the mother cell. It involves only one cell division. Like a mother cell gets divided into the two daughter cells, no further division. And these two daughter cells which are formed, these are genetically same with the mother cell. So these daughter cells have the same number of chromosomes as mother cell, and it helps in growth and repair of tissues in the organisms. Now, specific cells of reproductive organs or tissues in animals and plants to form the gametes, they form it, which after fertilization gives rise to offspring. They divide by a different process, and that is known as the meiosis, which involves the two consecutive division. So we can say meiosis, it occurs exclusively in the reproductive cell. That means it uses the mode of sexual reproduction. It occurs in plants and animals. The new cells, if you will observe, these are the daughter cell. So here the mother cell forms the four daughter cells, right? If you will observe these number of chromosomes, then the new cells have the half the number of chromosomes as that of the mother cell. So when a cell divides by meiosis, it produces four new cells instead of just two, as we have seen in case of mitosis. These new cells have the half the number of chromosomes than that of the mother cell, right? And these are genetically different from the mother self. So that's it about this chapter. So in this session, we have seen different cell organelles and the cell division. So here we'll stop for this session, and don't forget to revise the chapter. After this, as a homework, solve the exercise in your notebook. Once the school will start, you have to show it. And obviously, keep reading the chapter. Okay? So stay fit, stay home, keep studying at home, and be healthy, stay strong, and stay happy. So here we'll stop for the today's session.